Hi, this is John Ondo for Marketing, Media, and Cupcakes. And before we get into today's episode, I just want to say thank you so much for listening. We're back after being gone for over 4.5 years. And I hope you get a chance to listen to episode 77, where we explain why we were gone for so long and that we're back for at least 3 more episodes. Angel and I are big supporters of entrepreneurship, and we love small businesses and faith-based businesses. And we just want to encourage you through our podcast each week. What's going to determine if we continue with more episodes will be the response. Subscribe to us on your platform. Send us an email at john@ondomedia.com. That would help us know you're listening and you want more episodes. So thank you so much, and let's get into today's episode.
Hello.
Elaine.
Hi, Elaine.
Elaine, you are on the Marketing, Media, and Cupcakes podcast.
Right now.
Right
Yes.
now.
Oh, I just got off work.
This is the small business podcast that is sweeter than all the rest. Marketing, Media, and Cupcakes.
Welcome to an outstanding episode of Marketing, Media, and Cupcakes. I'm John Ondo. Along with me is my beautiful wife, Angel.
Hi there.
And today we have no guest. Well, actually, we may have a guest in a second. I'm going to try to do something here to surprise someone. You and I haven't had an episode by ourselves in quite some time.
It has been a while since we've just had some alone time.
Well, that's true in a lot of ways because of you working at home all the time now for the past 8 weeks. None of us have had any alone time for some time.
This is true, and it's sadly week 9, but who's counting?
Well, we are going to talk about actually a little bit of everything today. We want to catch you up on some things that have been going on with our lives and our small businesses as we are re-entering into work, although you are not technically moving back into your big office space yet.
Not yet. There's still things to be figured out and determined.
Yeah.
And
we may talk about that a little bit
Okay.
and some of the challenges you've had.
Mm-hmm.
Work for me has gone from one end to another, and I can talk about that a little bit because some cool things have happened because of, unfortunately, the coronavirus. It's forced some people to do some things with media, and it's kind of got me busy. But
Yep.
tell us a little bit about what you're going to be doing this weekend, and then I'm going to push a button here, and I'm going to call our very special guest and see if I can get her on the phone here.
Okay, very cool. So this weekend, it's funny, I got a request to make this particular cake in February. So I have the pleasure this weekend of making what you may have seen on Facebook, Pinterest, or other places, a toilet paper cake. So it's going to
Yes.
look like a roll of toilet paper, and then around it will be some cute little poop emoji cupcakes. And there'll be a sign saying, "You're old as crap."
And in case we didn't, since it's been so long since we've kind of done a normal show that we're not talking about the COVID crisis, I should mention that Angel has a cupcake business on the side that's basically been on the shelf for the past 10 weeks almost.
Literally.
You've made a few cupcakes for some friends.
Yeah, just
but-
more birthday things.
Yeah,
It's not really like a
Not
business.
So
no.
business. So
Business disappeared.
So this is the re-entry of the cupcake business for you.
We'll see. I mean, again, both the grad parties that I'd had scheduled out months in advance have both been postponed, one to July and one to August. So we'll see how those go. I, again, was quite surprised that this person wanted their stuff.
Yep.
And I hear a phone ringing.
We're-
Will our guests hear it too?
I'm calling a special guest. I don't know if she's going to pick up.
Oh, fudge.
We'll just see here in a second if it's...
Hello.
Hello, Elaine.
Hi, Elaine.
Elaine, you are on the Marketing, Media, and Cupcakes podcast.
So keep it clean.
Right now.
Right
Yes.
now.
Oh, I just got off work.
I know.
No.
You're building the economy, and we appreciate that.
So this is my daughter Elaine, who
Hi.
who next week graduates from Thomas Worthington High School, class of 2020. Hashtag.
Woo!
And
Yes, I do.
and you just got off work at the Chick-fil-A.
Yes, I did.
Was it a good day at work?
It was very busy. Very, very busy.
You guys crank there. I mean, you can put like 100 cars through that line. Do you know how many cars you put through the line there at your Chick-fil-A?
Normally when we hit our goal, it's some around like 200 or more cars in an
Wow.
hour sometimes.
Oh my word.
And do you get something for that?
Sometimes we do. Our newest goal was whichever group hit 4,000 an hour first, got a $200 bonus.
Wow.
Nice.
So,
Go
yeah.
Chick-fil-A.
That's pretty
Yes.
cool.
Well, the lunch people got it, so.
Oh,
Oh,
of course.
well, those jerks. Well, I wanted to get Elaine on our podcast real quick, kind of an ambush, kind of podcast, because I'm so proud of my oldest daughter. She is just an amazing woman. She is going to be going to the University of Cincinnati, where she's going to be. What are you going to be doing? You're not partying. I know that much.
Yeah, because I'm going to be in the Army.
You're going to be in the ROTC, probably in the National Guard. That's all getting sorted out. They're all fighting over her. They want her to do stuff.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But you're going to do physical therapy, and that's going to be cool.
Yep.
You want to tell us why you want to do that?
Well, I want to do physical therapy for veterans because my grandpa was a Navy veteran, and I don't know, I just felt really inspired by him. So I wanted to participate in the military in some way, and I thought that the best way to help further in, even after I'm done serving, is to still be serving by helping veterans. So
Isn't she awesome?
My heart is literally breaking right now.
Well, Elaine, unfortunately, like all the seniors this year, we've all been looking forward to this year, and my hat's off to Thomas Worthington High School. There was a lot of pressure, but they are pulling off a very satisfactory honoring of the seniors this year. It's not what it would have been, but I think it's going to be fun. And are you excited about it?
Yeah, it's better than some schools that are just doing like a drive-through.
I know, just like handing you a diploma and a bag of fries. So
yeah, basically.
But it'll be cool. I mean, there were some things that this year we didn't get to see, but she did get to be in the homecoming court.
Yeah.
And some other stuff. And are you graduating with honors? Do we know what happens yet? Do you get like a plaque or like a rope on your neck or something?
Yeah, so I'm graduating with honors. And I know for world languages, because I've taken Spanish, so because I went all the way through AP Spanish.
Yep.
Woohoo.
So I do get world languages.
Cord or something.
You get like a UN
yes.
thing or something.
Nice.
Yeah. So and then
cool.
I get an honors one for taking science every single year of high school because you don't have to, and I did.
Yes.
Wow.
That's my girl.
Very cool.
Well,
yes.
We talk about our kids on the podcast, and I'm proud of all of them. But this is your year, and you're my senior, and I'm so proud of you. And I just wanted to get you on the show here real quick and show you off a little bit. And we're so proud of Elaine. And this Tuesday, she gets to go through a little ceremony with her cap and gown on the football field, which I think it will be cool. The weather looks like it's going to be great. And then she's going to start packing up and getting ready to go to the Bearcats, where she'll be getting up at 4 a.m. to do calisthenics with the ROTC, ladies and gentlemen. So this is one of the chances I can get somebody here of your age. What would you say to men, women, students, to encourage them? You've done well. What would you say that your biggest life lesson has been through everything you've gone through?
You definitely just stay positive through everything, because like everything happens for a reason. So if something happens and you say like you do bad on a test or something really tragic happens in your life, everything happens for a reason. So you're going to learn something out of that. It's like when I got cut from the volleyball team, it just showed me that I had to push harder and I have to like work for everything that I want, and it's not just going to be handed to me.
That was on your junior year. You've been playing volleyball your whole career and got cut your junior year, and then you said to me that day, what did you say?
I'm not done with this. I'm going to prove her wrong. So I did, and I made an American team for club, and I worked my butt off, and I came back senior year and I made the team, despite what everybody thought. So,
So again, you always want to feel like as parents that you've managed to get kids that will do better than you, and she is a role model for a father. So.
He's getting choked up. I got to jump in here.
Well, I'm just proud of her.
Yes.
And she's great, and maybe someday she'll want to take over my business so I can retire and go to the beach.
I don't see that happening for you.
If you're lucky.
Well, we'll see. Well, sorry for the ambush surprise phone call, sweetie, but we wanted to say congratulations as you're coming up, and as people will be listening to this, hopefully you will be coming up on the graduation moment, and you'll be turning 18 shortly, and that means you can't stay.
Party!
No,
sorry.
You can't go anywhere. So,
oh, darn.
Nah, we'll party later.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, we will.
All right. I'll let you go, sweetie. We get to spend the day tomorrow. We're going to go party tomorrow, actually. We're going to drive in a rainstorm all day tomorrow to go see Grandma.
I think that sounds great.
It should be fun. So I love you,
but
sweetie.
It's Grandma.
Yeah, I know.
So
And ice cream, we're going to do that too. So
Exactly.
all right. Thank you, sweetie. Have a great night.
We love you.
Okay,
Love
you too.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.
That was fun.
That's my little girl. And I can't, it's just, I know so many of you are, in the audience. You're there. You've got kids I've got a 6th grader that's getting clapped out next week. So he's kind of getting screwed on this whole 2020 deal. But Elaine has been a trooper. Alex has been a trooper. Julia doesn't have a big milestone, but she would mainly say that everything. Oh, now Elaine's texting me. I'm sure, thanks a lot. But but power has its advantage, and I thought I'd just say thanks to her, and I'm very, very proud of her and all of our kids. Our kids are amazing.
They're all doing well.
And let me take a second to thank everyone listening. You are still with us. There's a lot of podcasts that have lost a lot of listeners. They've dropped off. They're not listening. And I want to say to those of you who listen to us every week, you've picked up every podcast. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for hanging with us. You're part of our family. Please let others know about us because we're not going anywhere. Next week is the big 5-0.
Woohoo! Not us turning 50 because we're already way past that.
That's the 50th episode of Marketing Media and Cupcakes. We should have some type of celebration, but next week, I don't know how we're going to do that because
maybe we'll just get drunk while we do it. That would be fun.
Gosh, I can't even tell you more about that. But let me just say how much again we appreciate. We have not missed a week. We have done so in 52 in 2 more weeks we will be on our 1-year anniversary. We'll move into season 2. And You know what? It's again, I thank first of all Angel for being with me on this journey. So many guests who have been so helpful and have joined us, and as Renee and Terry have been on a bunch of your shows, Rob Yannock, Jason Westbrook, Christy Lingo, and Brittany Dixon. And I also need to thank Brittany Dixon. I am on her show this week, simultaneously talking too much.
Woohoo!
So if you want to check out her podcast, Process for Profit, it's on all the apps, and I talk about how to tell your story. So if you get a chance to check out Brittany's podcast, and I'm on that, but thanks, Brittany, for letting me come on there. So Jason Westbrook, and I did a webinar, and we were talking about at the end, we kind of got done and we're just kind of wrapping up. Jason and I were discussing that relationships with our clients, I think, is so important now because you and I have both talked about with clients that I have here at Ondo Media. Some have called up and I don't have the money right now to pay for projects we were doing back in January and February. It's like, dude, don't worry. We need to build good relationships. I think people are starving for good relationships right now.
Well,
with
and
businesses.
I'm going to interject here because I've been watching John now on this journey of our marriage. We've been together for 5 years, married officially. It will be in September, 5 years. And this man does nothing but build relationships. That is his number one. That is his number one thing that I've seen, that he is so in tune with. I need to check in. He'll finish a project with someone and then he's checking in, or he'll stop by physically, his physical presence, just to check in. Let's grab lunch. How are things going? And he's not doing it because he's looking or trying to sell something. It's just, how's things going? How was that project? How are things just in general? And that checking in and that constant, that little personal touch, that attention, that detail, or that customer service, as I would say, has paid off for him. People coming back, or people from years ago, that have been, projects he's finished 3 or 4 years ago have come back to ask him to do other stuff, just because, in my opinion, that personal relationship that he built with them, getting them on board.
I appreciate that, and it comes from being mentored by people in the TV stations I worked with originally that we always tried to work under, and it was faith-based, but it was servant leadership.
Yes.
And a pastor, a buddy of mine who, Pastor Dave, and he's fabulous, and he was just this guy who I would watch him, and he would always, somebody new would come into the church, and, hey, hi, I'm so-and-so, and I just moved here from somewhere, and Dave would say, what do you need? Do you need people to help you move in? Do you need food? What do you need? It was always the first thing out of his mouth, and I learned that from him because he's just a great guy, but he was sincere. His first question was, after you told him, the sky's okay, what do you need? Do you need golf clubs today? Do you need to go golfing? What do you need? And I just really something that hit me I don't do it as much as he did, but I still think that's something I try to do when I run into somebody and they're like, such and such happened. Okay, what do you need? And we had a blessing this week. We have a good friend who owns a bar. It's a bar that we love going to karaoke and hanging out with.
Yes.
It's one of the top dives in America, actually, against some magazine or something. I don't know who they rated, but it's rated one of the top dives in America. And I honestly thought when I heard about the bars being closed down in state order, I thought, well, she's done. She can't, I don't know how she makes money anyway, because it's a small place. There's not a lot of parking. I thought, well, she's done. She's going to cash it in. And the next thing I know on Facebook, she is remodeling. She has people that are volunteering time because we all love this place. It's kind of like a Cheers thing.
Yep.
And we went in and we helped her and did a little video for her because we wanted everybody to know, look, she's still here.
She's back and with a vengeance.
Yeah, and I think it's been a huge encouragement to her that so many people just love her, and that goes kind of back to that relationship thing we were talking about. People just loved. They love Toby. Is it Toby Keith? I love this bar.
Yeah,
it's that kind of a situation, and even if you just go to sing karaoke and do soft drinks, it's fine. It's a fun place to hang out.
Well, she did some amazing things, and again, she did not remove the diviness, so to speak, because you couldn't. A dive bar is not supposed to be super
Classy.
Bougie. Yeah. But, redid the bathrooms, put up a wall, built in some stuff. I mean, absolutely fantastic.
Makes it a little bit more enjoyable, but it doesn't take it into this is so swanky. I can't come here.
It does not take away from it.
We're not swanky people.
Oh, well, we can be if we need to be.
But, my hat's off to Lori for doing that, and we were just tickled to go in and shoot some photos and help her with a video to let everybody know that they're reopening.
Well, we should plug the location because it's opening on Friday.
Lounge. It's the Dolphin Lounge, and it's been there since
Gahanna, Ohio.
Lori's mom had it in the 70s, and she has it now, female owned, and I mean it's a great little place, and so we're just helping out, and I guess that's the whole point. And let's pull back in something that we talked about with our friends Terry and Nay. We talked about giving a few weeks ago. Well, Lori has her, and also she coordinates with the other local Gahanna bars.
Yep.
There's a cancer walk they do. They do 2 or 3 other fundraisers throughout the year.
They do the bar crawl.
Bar crawl.
That is the thing
cancer
that everyone
walk,
loves.
Bar crawl.
It's close.
It's close.
It's for cancer. There's no walking, but there's a lot of alcohol and a lot of money being raised.
And a lot of good people. And, so she has been giving back to the community for years.
Yes.
And so this is where you see her giving came back. And, granted, she has an investment involved in that, but people came in to help people, and it's just, I think, a great example of how I think a lot of places, I hope, will come out of this stronger. And so I just think that's a great story. If you're in the Columbus, Ohio area and you want to occasionally run into us when we have a chance to do karaoke, I'll do my Brandy from 1972, Looking Glass, or
Johnny Cash.
And Angel will sing, of course, the depressing and
the best song ever written.
It's
Melissa Manchester.
Don't Cry Out Loud.
Don't Cry Out Loud.
1979, a song that will make you want to stick your head in a fan.
But here's the tea: it is the best song ever right now, because don't cry out loud. Just keep it inside. Learn how to hide your feelings.
Such bad advice.
Oh no, because if I did cry out loud, they'd call the cops. It would be so loud.
Let me give you yet another story, and again, we're just giving plugs without any endorsement or money coming back. Where Elaine goes to school in Worthington, Ohio.
Yes.
They have a pizza place called Pizza Primo. Pizza Primo is owned by a guy named Eric. I can't even tell you his last name, but I've known him since we moved to Columbus in 2020.
2020?
Or I'm sorry, 2000, 20 years ago.
Holy heavens.
Back with Elaine's mom when we were together and we moved to Columbus. And I remember, we just found this place and the guy was great. You call him up, pick up the pizza, get to know him a little bit. And I always remember, I believe it was when Julia was born. And there's a long story with that, but we got Julia home and we called up Eric. Hey, we just got back from the hospital finally with our daughter. We want to order a pizza. And of course we got the pizza. I think he didn't even charge us. And of course inside the pizza box, a big marker, congratulations, blah, 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 and it's just like, so if that's not enough, fast forward to 2020, I get an email from the superintendent of Thomas Worthington High School, where my daughter goes, and Pizza Primo is giving all the seniors, show a card, and gives them a free pizza for their seat because they just want to say, hey, we know this sucks, and we love you, and good job. And so, Pizza Primo in Worthington. Here's a guy who is just he does so much stuff with the sports and everything, but I love this stuff. I love small business. I love big businesses because big businesses, when we get bigger, we still do those things. Like Chipotle gives free things to schools all the time, and all these, and Wendy's, which is here in Columbus, does phenomenal work. And that's why I have a very low tolerance when people start saying the big corporations and their greediness. You have no idea how much money these corporations pour into local schools, local nonprofits, and charities. I work with them all the time because I produce videos for nonprofits. And then I come back and somebody tells me, yeah, we showed that video and we got a $100,000 thing from a big corporation. So, I know our Marketing and Media Cupcakes audience doesn't think like that, but I do get frustrated when I hear people talk about greedy corporations. They give.
But they still give. Exactly.
Give, and they take care of benefits for employees and things like that they don't have to do. So I have a low tolerance for that. But I just wanted to give a shout out. I don't want to get in my little stand here too much, but people like Lori at the Dolphin and people like Eric at Pizza Primo, and I'm sure you could, and maybe just send us a list. We'll put them up. Who are the people in your community that are just the awesome folks that maybe they had to shut down or they're still running, but they're giving you their best during all of that? And
send John those names, and we'll give him a shout out on the next podcast because I think everyone needs their story to be told, and John is an epic storyteller, and I think this is a great platform to let people know who is out there doing these things. I mean, we're slowly opening back up, and we can only hope that doesn't create a bigger problem. But again, I don't believe it is, but I'll keep my political views to myself.
Angel's being asked by people, will you go back to work? We're debating. My feeling is this, and this is my feeling, so Angel doesn't have to share it. I think, if you are doing your work and you're doing it well, and there is no reason for you to go back to the office, then I personally think it's best for us. I know of a major place here in Columbus, Ohio, that is, we have heard rumors they are selling branch big buildings in town because they are now on going to be working remote. There's still going to be critical people in the major headquarters, but they're saying this is working for us. We're going to rethink this, not in the sense of this is cheaper. They're just, this is working for us, so let's change the paradigm. So I would like to talk, and there's a lot of people we want to talk about on that, because I've been a big believer in virtual offices for a while, but it brings up new problems. Let's just say, for example, if you stay home, and this is, you're going to laugh because I always say this. Well, okay, do I get a tax break? Because I get a tax break for the, 800 square feet or 900 square feet we have my office in the house. But now you're using about 300 or 400 square feet. The lights are on, the heat is on, and that's work.
Yes.
So I want a tax break.
We will have to discuss that with our accountant.
So I want to know how we are going to rethink some of that. And let's just say, for example, if you were interviewed by somebody and they said, we would like you to move here to Texas, and you said, no, I can do the job virtually, and they said, well, we can't do that. Are we being unfair to people for saying, I want to stay at my hometown with my kids going to school, and I can do your work from a remote location? Are you discriminating against me?
Yeah, that might be a stretch, only because there should be information within the job description that states whether or not that is something that could be. Because we have some of the similar things just in our own office with folks who don't actually work in the office. They live in we have people that live in other states, but are able to work remote. But
think about this, sweetie. If you, let's just say you got a job offer from someplace in Denver, and it's a great job, and you can do it, and they want you, and they can say, you know what, here, and you got another guy is like, we want you to move to New York City, and we'll give you some money to move and all that. But the people in Denver said, you know what? You can stay at home. You can work where you are. We'll just require you to come in a couple times a year on a flight. We'll pay for it. You suddenly have an amazing benefit that no one ever had before, which is work from home. You can work for our company and across the country and work. I just had a friend who is now working virtually out of Florida. I'm like, what a gig!
Yeah. I'd be all about that.
I think it's going to be an interesting new world, and we've been saying a better world. But just imagine the fact that people might be able to start saying, I would like to raise my kids here and stay where we are. And what can we do about that? And I think the business world, in most cases, not all cases, is going to say, we can work that out, where before we couldn't.
Yeah, and it depends on the job and the job role and things like that.
If you're working for a car wash, no, you can't dial that in.
You can't dial that in.
You can't dial that one in.
I don't know. I've been at some car washes. I feel like they're dialed in.
You can't ship your cupcakes in a day later. That's not going to work.
No, I haven't figured that out yet.
Well, we're going to hold off on our little cliffstring. We had a little note here about building teams, but we've already burned up more time than we normally do on a show. But
yeah, but I think it's been good stuff.
It's been great stuff. I'm glad we could get Elaine on. And again, if you've got some small businesses you want to give a shout out to, even if they're your competition, send us a note, John, John, at ondomedia.com. I'm going to be working on some other projects very soon that we can tell you about, that we're going to be making some improvements to the Marketing Media and Cupcakes website, so we can get you to actually give us some suggestions and ideas and talk to us on the air, and we're going to work that all out. It's just been kind of busy, surprisingly.
It has been for John, and it was for me for my regular job. My side gig has died. Let's see if things pick back up a little bit.
It should pick back
once
up.
The state of Ohio lets people gather in more groups than 10. Maybe we'll see.
Angel does amazing work, and her team that she works at her business that we never name were very, very vital during the COVID crisis, especially in the early days. There are things you saw on the news that actually happened because of messages and things that happened right here from our upstairs dining room. And,
yes,
and I'm very proud of her and her team and what her company does.
As am I.
And so it has been a blessing, and I hope it is for you. And if you have had a bad run for the last 8 weeks, we're praying for you. We're just here to encourage you. Don't give up.
Nope.
Keep living the dream, because we're going to be here with you, giving you great encouragement. So thanks for being a part with us. If you need a podcast, premierpodcast.com or thepodcastevangelist.com. I'm giving free 30-minute coaching sessions to help you with a podcast. And anything else you need to know, just shoot us a line at john@ondomedia.com. Sound good?
Sounds great.
Until then, just keep living the dream.
Connect with John and Angel via Facebook and Instagram, and let us know your thoughts. Marketing Media and Cupcakes is a production of Ondo Media.